So let's talk about the fall of our economic structure today. Whew, this is going to be something. So, first off, I want to bring up the fact that remember that old, I'm not sure if you want to call it a nursery rhyme story, whatever, but it was about the ant and the grasshopper. And the ant kept telling the grasshopper to get all his stuff together because winter was coming. Okay, grasshopper, winter is coming. So I don't know if anybody noticed, but our economic structure is collapsing. It's been collapsing for a long time, but the way that certain people have things set up, the powers that be, those who run things, they are strategists and they are chess players, very good ones. And a good chess player makes moves um, to conquer his opponent without his opponent realizing that he's being conquered. First off, I want to say congratulations to all of us, include myself, for helping and allowing this to happen. Okay, now let's see. How did we help? Okay, so we helped by running towards conveniences. We loved the idea. I'm not sure how many people may even hear this, but I remember when Walmart's first started popping up in the big stores was really starting to be a thing. And people loved the idea of conveniency because we didn't want to drive around to 100 different stores for stuff no more. You know what I'm saying? If I can get um, some tires and some soap and some chips at the same time, then why would I go to the tire place and to mom and pop and over here and burn up all my gas when I could do it at Costco? Why would I do that? And I can get some gas. Shut up. And a damn it rain. What you say? But that idea that we had, even with Amazon, we love to shop at one place, the convenience, right? But we washed up all of the mom and pop stores, left no room and no place for them. Actually, we don't even trust the farmer on the side of the road anymore to give us fruit and vegetables. We want it to be packaged in whatever. And we have no idea what is being put on this stuff. We don't have no idea what they put on their stuff. But 9 times out of 10, the person on the side of the road didn't put as many chemicals and preservatives on it as the ones who's manufacturing at a mass in mass production because they want it to be quick and they want it to be, they want to hurry up and make their money. They don't care about the product that they give them. Okay. But I was sidetracked. I told y'all I get easily sidetracked. I'm sorry. But with us drying up all the mom and pop stores, that leaves no middle class. That leaves no families with economic backing. That leaves all families to be workhorses. And you have to work for 50 years to get a paycheck every 2 weeks, less than what you was making when you was actually working. And if you were struggling to make it then, how you gonna make it now, right? So not only that, the prices of diesel fuel have went up tremendously to where The trucking industry is collapsing. They are the heartbeat of this nation outside of the trains and some airplanes and some boats. But as far as on our land, we need the trains to bring it in, and we need the trucks to move it around without it going to, in the trucking, without it getting from the trains to the trucks, is not hitting the stores. And that's what we're seeing at Walmart and other stores. How is it drying up? How is not as many products on the shelves? So what happens when it completely dries up from this collapse of the trucking companies? And the truckers say, to hell with this, I can't make a living anymore. So I'm just not going to drive trucks anymore. We are not producing anything. Conveniency has left us with no economic structure and no know-how, because the majority of us did not get out in the yard with grandma and tend to the vegetable patch. So we don't even know how to do that. So if all of the foods dry up in the stores, what is our communities going to do? Not only that, let's also talk about how they claim this change shortage a couple years ago at the beginning of the pandemic, which we make our change. Think about that. That was because they no longer wanted the dollar bill to have as much power as it had. Plus, they want to stop the side hustling that they can't necessarily track. There's money moving around and they can't see it. Okay? So, what are we going to do when the trucks stop bringing the stuff to the big places like Walmart? Mom and pop is gone. You're not supporting the small farmers. So those are drying up. We're not doing it ourselves. And let me add one more piece to the puzzle. I'm not sure how many people were out and about during the beginning of the pandemic, especially when all of the ruckus was going on and, people were rioting and rioting. Excuse me, I'm not sure if I said that properly. But everybody was rioting and they wanted to stop people from coming into certain areas, because a lot of people, the majority of people was at home, but those who were rioting was out and about hitting the stores, right? I happened to be working during that time. So I was driving around, still doing stuff, whether it would be going to and from work. I still had to go to the store to make sure that the kids had things. So I was still moving about the city. And I was still taking my children to go see their father and whatever. So as I'm going through these towns, I'm seeing that there's these big boulders blocking off the streets. Okay. So there are some people that I talk to who remember. Some people remember from seeing it on the news, and some people don't remember at all. So I'm bringing it up again. There were these huge cement boulders blocking the streets. If the powers that be wanted to do that again for whatever reason, because a lot of times throughout history they have done things as an experimental situation, like, let's see what happens if we do this. How will the people respond? So, if we get barricaded. The truckers are not bringing stuff to Walmarts. There are no mom and pop stores. We don't support our local businesses, nor do we support local farmers. And we don't have the will or the know-how to produce ourselves. What's going to happen? Come on, you tell me. People are going to start to starve. People are going to start to starve. After desperation sets in, then chaos and mayhem. I'm just saying. Tell me if I'm wrong.